Okay, so if we want to put a bite out of this, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer. And in this new layer, there's just going to be like pieces of things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clone stamp tool and I'm going to grab some of the edges of this so that I can use those elsewhere. And so I'm going to hit S for clone stamp, hold Alt and click, and I'm just going to kind of paint over here some of those edges. So there's that one. Grab this edge as well. And I don't, at this point, I don't care like how much shows on the inside. I'm just basically giving myself some options to deal with. Okay. So then I can do things like this. And I'm going to take, let's take this. We're going to take just this part, and I'm going to put it on its own layer. So we'll cut, paste. Okay, now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go into Filter, Liquify. Okay, I'm going to see if I can blend this or bend it into something. So I'm going to try the pucker tool. Make it bigger. Brush size. That's too big. Okay, now it's going to pull towards the center of this. So I can kind of just come in like this. I'm going to try to get it to be like a bite. Okay, there. Okay, now I'm going to take this and we'll put a puppet warp on it. And so we'll go to, I can't even remember where that is. Puppet. There we go, under Edit. So Edit, Puppet Warp. Okay. And on the Puppet Warp, you can add little pins to things. And if we use Show Mesh, it'll show you what it's doing. It puts this mesh on there. And then you can basically just come and kind of bend things around. Okay. That's pretty good. Excuse me. So I'm going to get out of that tool, apply it. A little bit smaller. Let's just quit this part fast. Go away. This time. Force quit it. All right. So like this. Put this along the edge here, like that. Okay. Then we can come in and we can say, I need kind of like a harder edge. And so I've got kind of a harder edge along. I'm just going to add that in to different places. So I'm going to grab this part, put it on its own layer. Oops, it's going to be on the right layer. Grab it from pieces. Oh, apparently, where is it? Oh, whoops, I put it on the single layer. So let's grab it. That's on. Okay, I'm going to alt click and drag to make a copy of it. I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to put this edge right to the top here. Put this edge along so it's zoom in. I'm just going to take this and I just want to kind of match it up. While I'm matching it up, I can kind of drop the opacity a little bit to get it to kind of match. And then I'm just going to come in with this and I'm going to add a mask. And on my mask, I'm going to get a big brush. It's fuzzy. So hardness is 0. Okay. And now where I paint black, it'll disappear. So I can kind of come in and I can kind of just blend it into, so I've got that little edge there. A little bit. Rotate it from a specific position, move that. Okay, then I would just come in here and let's just get rid of this. And I will paint just black to just kind of, so we can kind of see what's going on. If you go too far, just paint white back in. So that's kind of the basic gist of it. These are a little bit, I kind of wish they were curved a little bit more. Yeah. And so I can come in and if I labeled these, which I did, let's find which one's which. Okay, so this one is our bite hard edge, just so I know which one I'm going with. And because I'm about to do something destructive, I'm going to make a copy of it just in case I screwed it. And then I'm going to get rid of this mask because I'm about to bend something, and it's going to ask me, do you want to apply that or delete it? I want to apply it. If I were to delete it, it would have gone back and brought it back. Okay. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do I can do filter, liquefy again, but warp options. So we could try. Yeah, I'm just going to do puppet warp again. So let's do puppet warp, and then I'm just going to make it bend. So I'm just going to have it stay here and stay here, but bend in the middle, kind of like that. And I want this to come back. So that's pretty good. Then I'll go over here, and it'll say, "Do you want to apply it?" And I say yes. And then figure out what it's this one, so we can add a mask to that. Come in and paint black, mask. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. I'm confused on what's going on here. What is showing? Did I do the wrong layer? Something's still showing up, though. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's like this one. So, there we go. Okay. So I just want to get rid of that edge there. I can bring this one. I need to get that as well. Anyway, so the basic gist of it is you'd go in and you'd find a piece, that you want to use, if it has a hard edge, or if it's got this little bumpy stuff or whatever. And then you just kind of lay that in there and then mask out the parts so with a fuzzy brush so it kind of blends in. Yeah. So now we can come in like this and we can say, let's bring in like a pin. Okay. And so I'll take this. And one thing that helps is if you take all the things that are supposed to stay together and you group them. So you can just press Command G and then you can call this like popsicle. Okay, so we'll take this guy and make him so he's like sticking out, make him smaller. Kind of at an angle, whoops. Okay, so once I get that to kind of where I want it to be, actually let's have them do it here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mask on that. And I'm going to do a hard brush. And so I'll come in with my brush, and I'll choose a hard one. I'm just going to come in and just paint out where I want it to be gone. And then I'll take something like this. Oops, come back. So I want this thing.
Have a great weekend.
Cut to paste. And I'm just going to come over here like this. And I'm going to rotate this so it kind of matches, but I'm just going to paint it in. So I just want to get like kind of that little edge there. So I'll go like this, and then on top of, on top of this one. So we'll go edge. Okay, and so the stamp tool can pull from one thing to another thing. And so I'm going to pull from, now I can't remember which one that is. Let's find out which one this is. Layer 3. Let's go edge. So I'm going to pull from that one, stamp, click, alt click, that edge, and then I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to get rid of sample all layers. Now I'm just going to paint in that edge a little bit. It looks like it's all layers, so hold on just a second. Let's get rid of this. Oh, because it's got that. So we need to make sure that we get rid of that. So let's just do this really fast. That's good. Why isn't that deleting? Oh, because I'm on the right thing. There we go. It's over here. Eraser. Come back up. Alright, so put this over here so we okay, then edge for pen, stamp tool, I'll click on the edge, paste to this one. Just gonna zoom in a little bit. So we're just gonna okay. I want to grab this part, so I'll go back to edges. Stamp. Oops, stamp. If I press the right button, there we go. Back to this. I'm just going to increase the size of this a little bit. Bring that hardness up just a touch, maybe not that much. So just so it looks like it's coming out. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with either an eraser or a mask. I'm just going to have like parts of this just right here. And I can come back with my stamp tool and bring parts of it back. Eraser tool. I'll try to have it bend around that cylinder. I'm missing part of this pen. Where's our pen? Right here. Let's bring some of this pen back.
So would it be best to leave it as the thumbtacks coming out instead of just like a...
I think the thumbtacks are pretty recognizable.
Yeah.
And so I think that helps.
Okay. So it would be hard to tell.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just like metal sharp things.
Yeah.
So basically you just kind of paint this in and out, you know, until it kind of feels like, you know, until it kind of feels like it's kind of like trapped. You can like come in here like this and grab that edge. Eraser. I'm just going to bring that down. So you have that hard edge there. Stamp tool, so bring it just like that. Okay, and then bring this in. Now it looks like there's, you know, something sticking out.
Okay.
And then the one thing that'll be really helpful is if you do like a hue saturation adjustment or a levels adjustment, because that pen is a little bit darker than that. See if I bring it way down or way up, it looks like it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
But the pen has a different lighting situation than the popsicle does, and so if you just kind of knock that back just a little bit, it'll look like it belongs just a little bit more because it was kind of glowing before. is sometimes just painting in some shadows can
Yeah.
be good, because like there's going to be some shadows cast here, and so on top of this, if you just come in with just a little bit of a fuzzy brush, and you just kind of paint. Let's see, let's get it fuzzier than that. You can kind of just come in and just kind of paint some black on some of the edges like this.
So it looks like a shadow.
Yeah. And then we're just going to take this and we can get our eraser and we can make it a little bit bigger, and we can kind of, whoops, 0% hardness. So we'll kind of just soften that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just coming in just a little bit to soften it. And then after that, then we can come in to this layer and change it to multiply. And then we can knock it back a little bit. And yeah, so then it'll kind of look a little strange if it exceeds the boundaries of the pen.
Yeah.
So you just come in with your eraser or or a mask and just kind of get rid of the stuff that goes outside of the pen.
Gotcha.
But just so you can kind of see, it's still a little too dark, so I'm gonna knock that back even more. There we go, that's a little better. Just so you can kind of see what that looks like without it. Like it just kind of helps it look like it belongs a little bit.
Yeah,
And
for
it's
sure.
also going to cast a shadow. If our light source is coming from this direction, there's going to be a little bit of a shadow on the ice cream as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can just come in here. Let's see. So that's going to be, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we can just go right on top of this, add a new layer, and kind of paint in a little bit of a shadow. Here. Maybe let's go down there. Oh, because that's going to be on top. So that would be on top of this. There we go. So let's paint like a little bit of a thing here.
So a shadow from the thumbtack.
Yeah, shadow from the thumbtack. So shadows are one of the easiest ways to tell if something isn't real.
Yeah.
So if you can kind of paint them in. And one of the things is if you take your opacity down, then you can kind of just do this like kind of slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just kind of add just a little bit of a fuzzy edge to it. Then we do the same thing. Multiply, take that down, knock it back a little bit. And then we'll take our brush hardness all the way up down here, and we just have it so it doesn't overlap. Take this back up to 100. Just kind of something like that. Then we come back, and we can decide like how much that's actually going to show. It can just be like a little bit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That might even be too much. We can take this brush up again. But basically, just like a little hint of a shadow
Yeah.
will help a lot.
So should I create a little bit of a shadow on the right side of the whole popsicle too, as well?
No, it's already there naturally because
Okay.
because it's a real object that's been photographed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So that's it. Okay.
Yeah.